Happy Thursday. Welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger, inventor of a cord knotting and design tool called the Knotty-Do-It-All. And today we have this really cool lesson. And, you know, if you look at the bracelet, you could tell that the focal is round, but I'm going to share a tip with you on how to get these notches in there, because I had trouble. Like when I put the bracelet on, it was kind of hanging funny, but it did look pretty as a necklace though. So I thought maybe I'm going to add an adjustable slide knot to it and make it turn it into a necklace. So that way I'll have a matching bracelet and necklace. I'm sure you guys, those of you that have watched the show before, you know that you can ask questions down below, and I do try to answer as many as I can, but sometimes I miss them. And if you have a really pressing question, you can always email me. Today's products are we don't have a whole lot, but our first product is the Knotty-Do-It-All. And what this tool is, oh, I forgot. Huge announcement. As of last night, all Knotty lessons are now on YouTube. And it was fabulous, because I thought someone had mentioned that you can get the app on your smart TV, the YouTube app. And it was incredible watching the lessons on a giant TV, no more computer or, iPhone. It was breezy. It was easy. So if you guys want to check it out, I do have the videos embedded on my website, and also you can view them on YouTube as well. You can follow, so that way if every time I upload a new video, you'll get a notification. But it was fantastic. A lot of you have been asking me to do this, and I've done it. So that way now, as it's official, I know that in your kit you'll get a paper that says your password is this. Ignore it, because they are now on YouTube, and it's just incredible. I am just over the moon. Was such a fabulous idea. Anyway, so no more password. Everything's on YouTube, but you still get your DVD in case you need. You're on the road and you need your basic lessons, and you do get a download of the PDF. And let me see. Okay, the PDF. Oh, you know what? I'm glad I thought about that, because I still need to put the PDF, because I changed the page. So if the PDF isn't listed on the bottom, just bear with me. I will get it on there, so that way you can download it online. These boards, they're incredible. Okay, first of all, they are made in the United States, and they are made with this incredibly sturdy Baltic birch. They have anti-slip feet, both of them. And some of the features, I'll just go over them. You get the bead and ring size chart. You get your rulers and inches and centimeters. And you'll see in today's lesson, it made just making the bracelet just so much easier. I mean, technically you could use a clipboard, but it's slower. It's more tedious. I mean, with this guy or this one, I mean, everything is just so much faster. And you get the hardware kit. And the nice thing is you can reconfigure your hardware, which you'll see me do during this lesson, because this one does require a lot of doom, boom, 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 just to get the job done. It's like having several hands and just automatically knowing where to put them, when to put them. And it's just fantastic that you can get your hand, I'm going to say your arms underneath your work, but your hands. So that way, it's elevated. It's got the tension. It keeps the measure while you're working. It's just fantastic. And let's see, the big board. The difference is, I do not have a favorite, because sometimes this one is better for certain projects, or depending on my space confined, where I'm working at any given time. But the big one's got the groove. It's got the wells for beads, bead patterns, findings. And let's see, what else? Oh, and one thing that you can do, I do not have any looming lessons, but for those of you that do loom, you can turn this into a loom. So that way, if you're traveling and you take your board with you, but you also do looming, all you need is your board, because you could turn it into a loom. It's really fantastic. I want to say hello to a couple of you guys here. We got Susanna. I know that Sarah couldn't be with us because she had an appointment. Let's see. Replacement hardware kits. Yes. Okay. Okay. Linda. Hi, Linda. Susanna. Oh, I just want to say oh, Laura Lee. Yay. Yeah, good. I'm glad there's, I see some like positive feedback for the lessons. And the these the flip bobbins here, God, I can talk about this forever, guys. Honestly, that there isn't a moment or a day that goes by that I don't make something with this tool. I mean, tassels, I teach braiding. And yes, technically, yes, you can do braiding without the board, but it's the way you finish it. I mean, because that is my area of expertise. And, I see, people send me videos all the time. They're like, oh, I saw this, on like either like, I don't know, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. And yeah, the whoever does the lesson shows how to like basically do, the stitch or the design, but they don't show how to start it or how to finish it. I mean, that's a really big deal because that's one of the most important parts is like an incredibly strong, clean finish at the end. And that, I mean, that's mostly, that's the one thing that I really like about this board because when I started, let me see if I can grab it here. The multi-strand, let's see. Yeah, this was my number one problem was finishing the ends because I was dealing with end caps and it turned into, I'm not just saying a nightmare. I'm talking about an exponential nightmare because for every thickness of leather, you need a specific size end cap. So let's say you're working with 1 millimeter, 1.5, and 2. For each of those sizes, you need a different size. And then, like, let's say you want to do like a triple or a double. That's a completely different kind of end cap. Oh, here, I have a picture. Not a picture, I actually have the real deal here. See this? So for like a 3, for an end cap with, I mean, if you wanted a triple, you would need an end cap with 3 like holes. And oh my God, the worst problem that I had, because I like to use the sterling silver ones and the leather would break. Sometimes when you like crimped it, the leather would snap and that's it. I mean, you've lost your leather. I mean, you just basically the whole thing is just like gone. And then I tried doing the epoxy thing where because when you pull it, you don't want it to come out. That's really important. So I was doing a 2-part epoxy, putting them in, and that was it was just so much work. But the nice thing about this, I mean, it is one continuous like strand, and then I finished it with the coil knots. And look at that, it is fantastic. And this, I guarantee, I tell you, I have so many professional jewelry designers that this is their go-to tool for working with any kind of stringing material because they know that what I teach is like the industry standard. It is the best way to get the job done. It's fast. My lessons are easy. And I guarantee you that the way you finish the ends, it's going to look extremely professional and it's going to be strong. So that is what this tool is all about. Anyway, so onward with the other products, because if you don't have one and you're working with stringing materials, you got to get it. It's just fantastic. So let's see what else we have here besides the board, which I just absolutely love. We have the black rutilated quartz, and these do fit. I made this bracelet last night. So the cord that's on today's show, which is a 2 millimeter, I mean, I saw online it said that it was cotton. I just want to let you guys know that I've already contacted JTV to give them an update that it is not cotton. It is a synthetic. So that means that you can melt it. So if you're making a macrame slide knot, like right in there, you will be able to melt it. So it is a synthetic, which is fantastic. So that is, I just want to let you guys know that. So the black rutilated quartz beads does fit on the cord that's on today's show. And then, oh, here's a close-up of it. It's a large hole. And, I like it because it's very neutral. And as a matter of fact, for my outfit today, I needed something that, didn't have a lot going on. So this was perfect. And then the next bead, this is the one I'm going to be using. This is the serpentine. And this one is an 8 millimeter, let's see, serpentine faceted. Yeah, so this is also an 8-inch strand, and the holes did fit through the cord that we have on today's show. And then the last product we have is the multi-cord that I just talked about. It's really cool. I mean, I first saw it. Sarah in North Carolina was using it, and for some of her projects, and I was just wondering like why I never got any, but now here it is. It's really I really like it. I mean, the colors are just so cool. Like this, and it's thick. And one nice thing about the thick stuff, when you make these like little fluffy things at the end, you don't need it, they come out bigger. So I just thought that was really cool. And what I did here is I just used a macrame binding knot, just a real tiny one, just to like keep it on there. But like, look at that. I love that. That is just like thumbs up. Anyway, we've got our customer show, and which is my favorite part of the show. So here we go. All right, so first we have this lovely bracelet by Sarah, North Carolina. And as a matter of fact, she used the faux leather, or what is it called? 2mm waxed cord. The set of 7 that's in the show today, that's what she used. Beautiful. And you know, I think I might use that on today's project. I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see if the measurements are the same. And then next we have Nana Scotland. Ooh, this is, but I cannot believe this is all like the spiral macrame. And as fast as I am, I mean, something like this takes me like an hour to an hour and a half, especially if it's like a triple strand like that. So, do you use those flip bobbins, Nana? Because how on earth do you, that was my problem, like just a lot of thread, unless I use the little flip bobbins, like the ones that come with the board, because it really helps. These are absolutely gorgeous. The bead, the color choice, the green with the amber color, beautiful. And next we have Michelle, Houston, Texas, amethyst on leather. This is very interesting. I believe she said it was crocheted. I have never crocheted leather, but look, it can be done. It looks really cute. I love the green, the pink, and then the amethyst beads. Oh, look, it's got a chain, and then it's got the clasp. Really cute. And let's see what we have next. Jess, South Dakota. Oh, look how pretty this is. It's got like the sea glass in the mauve color beads, which is my sister's favorite color. Today's her birthday, so like happy birthday, Penny, my sister. Ooh, it's got the metallic. It's got the twisted, like the macrame, like the helix. Ooh, it's so pretty. Ooh, I love that. Oh my goodness. And it's on leather because I could see, oh my gosh, look at, I just love like little things like that where you just like, you look like you're looking at one thing and you just like look over a little bit and then there's something completely different, really. And oh, is this one bracelet? It is, right? It's like one, like, I think it is. Yeah, it's like a wrap bracelet, beautiful. Next, Laura Lee, Florida. She made this up for a friend of hers or a cousin, but I love, oh my God. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, I see. What? Are those the beads? Are they like 2 beads with holes? Or, no, I guess it just looks like that from the picture, but it's the macrame with the beads on the outside. But, you know, a really like cool signature Laura Lee look is that the macrame with the little beads in the middle. That is such a clever idea. I really like that. 2 thumbs up. And then next we have Sarah, North Carolina. Oh my gosh, when I saw this, I love like corally colors. I think coral is probably one of my favorite colors. And look at this. It's paired it with gold, which is very nice. It's got the macrame like slide knot on the end. And that's one thing I love about the macrame slide knot alternative. You can add it to chain, like if you do your necklace on beading wire, if you, instead of putting like a clasp and a ring, you could put 2 rings and then a macrame like slide knot on the end. So it's something that I do quite often. And look, oh, and look, you've got like oval rings in there. Oh, 2 thumbs up, very nice. And next, Nana, Scotland. Okay, this looks like it's crocheted, but look at the bezel on this thing. I think that's even like macrame. Oh, I wish I knew how to do that. I really wish I knew how to do this. Oh, we're gonna have to fly Nana out to California to give a show on how to do this. This is amazing. Wow. Beautiful. And then next we have Laura Lee, Florida. Look how cute this is. Okay. I am wondering if this is that chain where you put the wire and then you expand it out. I've seen some chain recently where it's like beading chain and then you put your bead and then you just kind of expand the ring out and it kind of holds your bead in place. But look how cute these little fishies, the stars, sand dollar and gold. Really, really cute. Can you also wear it as a wrap bracelet, Laura Lee, like a, you know, like a wrap dangly charm bracelet? Adorable. And then we have a Michelle H, Houston, Texas. Okay, this one is crocheted, but oh my goodness, look how pretty that loop looks. How did you get it so like round? That looks really cute. Is it macrame maybe, and then you transition to like a crochet? I mean, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's crochet or braided. I don't know. No, it's a mystery. I think it's crocheted, but look how cute that is. It's got the clasp, and then it's got the little, that cute little ring. And then next we have Laura Lee, Florida. Oh, this is so pretty. That the pendant kind of reminds me of, there's a oh, what is it? Oh, it's like an agate, but it naturally has like these floral patterns in it, and it's got like that translucent look. So it kind of reminded me of that. That is so pretty. I was wondering, like, is that like enameled on, and or I don't know, but it's just so cute. And I like how you did the like on the head pin, like on the bottom. It looks like it's got like a bead, but just it's such a perfect bead for that. Very nice. And also, I'm wondering, is it vintage? Because I know you get a lot of like really cool vintage pendants. And let's see next. Oh, Jess, South Dakota. Look at this one. It's got the yellow with the I don't know, it's like a smoky teal. It's got the flower button. It's got the like the little bits of macrame in there, the alternating beads, the flower. Oh, I love it. I just love this. It's really cool how the leather goes. I could see the spacer beads that are like flowers. I guess the holes are big enough. So the leather goes through and then over the yellow beads and into the pendant. Very cute. Ooh, it's got the little charms. Cute little flower button. Very nice. And then next we have Sarah, North Carolina, another one bracelet, and this is with the green. I have it in my hand right now. I mean, it's like this is like the 2mm faux leather. Ooh, and it looks like you used a different color for the macrame slide knot, right? I think I'm right. It looks like a lighter shade of green. Or maybe it's an illusion, but to me it looks like a different shade. It's got the beads on the sides, the bead in the middle. Okay, so the bead in the middle, you didn't macrame over that one, right? Maybe did you start your macrame on the left, went to the end, macrame on the right, and then go to the end? Or is the macrame like hidden? Ugh, I've got questions, yes. And then next we have Laura Lee, Florida. Ooh, I love this color combination in those blue beads. They're so sparkly, and I like the way you like transitioned in the front with the pearls. It's got the cute turtle. Oh, it's so beachy. It's such a nice little summery like necklace. Cute, cute, cute. And then ooh, Nana, Scotland. This pendant is so pretty. I don't know if I've shown this one before, but I mean, it just impressed me so much. I think I had to show it again. But it's got like the spiral macrame. It goes into a braid. It's got the macrame slide knot and everything else. I have no idea. It's got the really cool the bezel around the pendant is, oh God, so pretty. The green leaves. Okay, Nano, I've got a question. When you make something like this, do you make you just like, oh, I'm gonna make the right side and then you make the left side? Or do you like, I don't, I would have to like do like 3 knots on one side, 3 knots on the other, then like keep going back and forth because there's no way I could remember. Or do you follow a formula or pattern? Because there's no way I could do this. But it's so cool, and I just love looking at it. Your work is amazing. And then last we have Sarah, North Carolina. She beat me to the show. She did it. It looks fabulous. The only difference here is her focal has the holes, which are ideal, but mine don't. So we're going to see what we can do to keep the leather from sliding. Anyway, guys, this is our wonderful slideshow for this week. If you have anything you want to send in, email it to me at theknotty-do-it-all@gmail.com. Anyway, our project. I think I mentioned that, you know, this, see what happened with this bracelet was when I put it on, you know, after a while, it started doing this. It started going like that. See, and Sarah's wouldn't do that because it's anchored into a couple of holes. So what I did, and we'll see if this works. And you know, I had the bit that I used. It was kind of like a cylinder. It was round, and it was like gritty. It was kind of like, I don't know. It wasn't like sandpaper. It was like metal. And what I did was I put it on the Dremel, and I just, you know, it does take a little bit of time, but I managed to get, you know, the groove in there. And it's not going to work on like a thin. Let's say you have let's see, where's that ring that I had? I wanted to use it as an example. Let's say you have a thin ring like this. It's not going to work because unless you use a very thin cord, because see how, I mean, I think this groove is like goes deeper than the, you know, the thickness of this particular ring. So we are going to give this a shot. I don't know that I've ever done like a lesson on like just the focal. I might have, but this one is going to be a little bit different. I do have the measurements of the leather for each side. So you'll start off with 2 lengths of leather. One is going to be 17 inches and the other one's going to be 10. Just so you guys know, I did try these measurements with faux leather. Even though the core, there was plenty, I barely eked by with the I didn't have enough of the faux leather. So because of course it's thicker. So I mean, if I had used a thinner cord, I would have had a lot left over. So my goal here was just to try to make it where it uses the least amount of cord possible. And when so if you're going to use the this what is this called? It says wax cord. Yes, I would add maybe 19 inches here. This will stay the same, but 17. Yeah, I would add like maybe an inch or maybe a couple of inches because I was stressed out. I mean, I couldn't make the last knot. It was just like, ugh. But you know, I thought I'd give it a shot. It was like science. Okay, so I'm going to take my leather, and I'm using a 1.5 millimeter. So I am going to take my 17 inches. You might as well cut 2 of them because you have since it's 2-sided. So here's 1 and 2. And then the core is, I cut 10 inches because, you know, I needed some wiggle room. Whoops. Okay, so there's 10 and 10. Okay, so let's do this one and that one. I'm really excited to see if my notch tip like works. So with the whoa, come back. Okay, so we're gonna take this first one and feed it into the ring just like that. Okay, let's get it into that notch. Just like this. Okay, let's come over here and make sure the ends are even. Okay. All right, let's do this. See how great this is? You're like, I need something to hold right there, and boom, it's done. And then you're like, I need something to hold it right here. I'm telling you, this tool is fantastic. Let's see. I am going to do something. Let's clip this because I want this to be sideways. So the trick to get it sideways is to take a scrap of cord. Let's get a scrap here. I'm going to make a scrap. All right, let's get this in here. You see, I want these two cords to face up. So if I clip it this way, they're going like this, but I want to be able to see both of them on top. So now I'm going to move this over and clip. And I think I'm going to try to clip it as close as possible. Right there. Perfect. In case you missed it, I'm using a 1.5 millimeter leather. Okay, and this is where, okay, this is, this piece is going to become the core. And one thing, if your leather's a little bit stiff like mine is here, I am going to like take a peg and just kind of like wrap it just to like give it some like memory. Just kind of twist it, squeeze it. And what it does is it softens it up and it just helps it like do the coil knot you're going to do. Okay, so here what you do is you measure an inch. I'll just go here from 6 to 7. So right there. And now I'm going to hold this because I'm going to make a coil knot here, but this is the type of coil knot that has one long side and then one short side. So I'm going to come here just like this, and then I'm going to wrap. 1, 2, 3. I think I'll do 3. Well, maybe 4. Should I do 4? Nah, I think 3 or 4, guys. You're the designer. You decide. So I'm going to come in this way and then I'm going to switch hands. See, I'm trying not to waste any more leather than I need. So there's that one. Okay. So just, tighten it just a little bit, but not too much because we've got to put some glue right here. And I am using this glue. And I love it because it's got a nozzle that I can see. So I'm going to dab it here and back and forth and just get some on the bottom. And then look at this. I could do this. Whoops. I think I can do it. Yay. I did it. Okay. One thing that helps is a pair of pliers. Because what I do is I come over here, get that glue, like make sure it's in that knot, and I'm going to hold this and tighten. And you want to make sure that you tighten it as much as possible and as close as possible to the ring, because remember we put that notch in there. Ooh, so far so good. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so now we are going to start the snake knot. Ooh, art therapy is, yeah, it is fantastic. So I'm going to clip this here and I'm going to string my beads on this guy. So and believe it or not, because the first one I made, I've been making this stuff for quite some time. And the first one I made, I thought, oh, I need like 5 or 6 beads per side. It came out so long. And believe it or not, you only need, for a 6.5-inch wrist, you only need like 4 beads. I mean, I was like, wow. And I think what I'm going to do this time, which I didn't do the other time, is, no, I'll just like follow this and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to snug that. Everything's looking good. I'll trim this later. slide a bead over. And for those of you that are not familiar with the snake knot, you take the top, and then you just, it's like you make a loop, like over these two cords. I gotta make it a little bit small. And then what I do is I come over here and I grab this guy, and then this one. So it's loop, grab, and flip. See this little triangle right in here? That's where you want your cord to come in and then back through. And okay, let's get that bead in there. And then what you do is, see, I'm pulling this one to get the knot tight. And you don't want to do this. It's not going to work. If you just kind of like do a little bit of one side and then the other, and then, it'll just like do its thing. So bead, and then over, you pinch, and then flip. And I think that, like, okay, this part, see, you're just like, girl, that is like a mess. But I'm going to come in here and gently pull this one, and then that one. See, then a little back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and then it's perfect. Lynn says the snake knot is my very favorite knot. It is really nice, and it's very versatile. You can, right here, you can make it with a core, or you can make it without. You could actually do the snake knot, like, but if you're going to do it without a core, it's not, you can't have, can you? I don't think you can have beads, because, oh, okay. This is this is very important, the way I finished it here. Okay, so let me move this stuff away, and let me get my button, which is this one. Okay, so what I did here, I'm going to do one snake knot. Okay, there's over, under, and then flip. So this is just another way to finish the end. Like the way that Sarah did it in the last picture that I showed. That is one way, but now this is just another way. Because why not? So what I do is I put the button in, and then I'm going to like flip it over, and let me get a peg, like right here, clip, and I'm just going to flip this. And then I'm going to flip this part here. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to do, I must have done something like crazy, or maybe I didn't cut it right, but I'm going to come over here and do one, let's see, we're going to do the snake knot over like all. So here's this one. Wait a minute. Okay. Loop, grab, and then flip it, but this time we're including that, like that folded like scrap that we put in there. Okay, so there's one, and then we're going to do another one. So this one goes over this way, and through. See how it, oh my goodness. Okay. And then the interesting thing is, okay, then you pull this, because that way you get like more of the snake knots. And these measurements are like, if you're one of these people that like, have you tried the knot book? Oh, I don't know what knot book that is. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pull this to like close it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a macrame binding knot in there. So, but you're just like, well, how you get it even, like on one side and then the other. So what I do is I take just like a pencil, and then I kind of ease it out and squeeze it in. And that gives me the amount of spacing that I need for the macrame binding knot. So I'm going to do that now. So let me get a clip here. And I'm going to clip the button in just like this. And let me get this side. Should I do it this way? I'm going to do it this way. Let's go sideways here. All right, so now I'm going to get a scrap of cord, put it in here, and okay. Now these guys here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a macrame binding knot, and what it's going to do, it's just going to like hold everything together. It's just going to crunch everything down, so so that way your bracelet won't fall apart. I think I'm going to go. I should go backwards. Let me flip this around. Let me see if I can get this in. See, this is how why sometimes there's like an argument for the little board because I am running out of desk space. Woo, let's squeeze. Oh, there. Nope. Ah, right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a macrame binding knot. So I'm going to go like top. And for the binding knots, I like to use the 0.5 leather. So there's top and bottom. And then top and bottom. I think what I'm going to do, top, top, and then bottom. And then I'm going to do another one. But for this, since there's a lot of like cord in there, it's a good idea to come back and go do your macrame backwards again. So we're going to come back and just like put in a couple of more just to like really like cinch it down. And one tip, don't macrame too close, like up to the button, because then you want some movement like in your like the button area. So I'm going to come in with these guys, nail clippers, and I'm going to clip this leather right here. Perfect. And then I'm going to do one more bottom, tighten it, and I'm going to take a thread burner, not a lighter, because when I'm using really thin cord like this, I don't like using a lighter. Let's take this off. Tap, tap. And then we can cut these guys off right here. So I'm going to come in and cut. Oops. All right. Let's see how this works. Ooh, look at that. It's perfect. Oh, this is going to be great. That means this one is not going to slide. So let me do the other side. Oh, this is great. Perfect. I think what I'm going to do is, I mean, these measurements are for you guys that just don't like wasting any material at all. And I do get a lot of people say, oh, I had 4 inches left over. That's too much because it adds up. I think for me, I would like probably go like 18 because I didn't like how at the end that there was so little left to work with. But I mean, that was, part of this lesson. So I think personally, I need a little more wiggle room. So I think I'll, for those of you that need wiggle room, this is the WR, go like 18. So let's do this side and see what happens. So let's see, I've got this one's 17. I think I'm going to like change it to 18. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So here's my leather. Let's see. Okay, 18. Let's make double sure. So, oh, then just in case you do centimeters, that would be about 45 centimeters. Okay, so let's do the other side. Okay, let's get this side on. And in case you missed it, I put a notch in my ring because the other one was, it just, it moved. See that? So when I wore it as a bracelet, it did this. But you know what? It's going to be a pretty necklace. So let's see. Let's do this side and okay, so we want this side facing. Okay, let's get these lined up like exactly because you know sometimes when you're doing the snake knot, oh, nothing's worse than like accidentally like making one side longer than the other when you tighten this part down. Okay, so I'm going to get my clip. Yeah, I did. I used the binding knot. I'm going to do this side again so you'll see how I did this. So I'm just going to clip this here, and because this is it. Believe it or not, this bracelet was like really fast to make. I'm going to take one of my pre-made like things here, like these. I talked about these last week. Just pre-make them so you're ready to go. So when you have a like a project you need to work on, it's just like easier. This is 10. Okay, let's do this. Okay, 1 inch, measure 1 inch, so you have a 1 inch tail. So let's just right there. Put this here, and then we're going to do the coil knot. Ooh, thank you, Pat. Okay, so 3. I'm gonna put my finger right under there. I'm pushing up. I'm gonna take this out, and this long side is going to be the core. I'm switching off hands, and then this side's gonna go on this side. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to take this glue. And see, I have it facing upward because you need it facing upward because it makes it easier. So I'm going to get put glue like on the top, get some on the bottom, just like all the way around, nice and gluey. See? Oh, did it again. Okay, so now I'm going to slide the loose knot. Don't tighten it down yet. I'm going to slide it so that it's right over the glue. And then I'm going to tighten it. And like I mentioned before, having like a pair of pliers to like hold it, tighten, and then scoot. Because you want it to be like as close to the ring as possible. Okay. I think that's as tight as it's going to get. Okay, so now we can go to the macrame part. I mean, snake knot, which is like this one here. Okay, so I'm going to put 4 beads on because that's all you need. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to see something funny? Oh, I couldn't believe I did this. I'll show you. I was making the bracelet. Look what I did. I accidentally put a button on each end. 'Cause I meant to put, I don't know what I meant to do. I don't know how this happened, guys. It's never happened to me before. Ugh. But you know, maybe it's something new. Maybe I can turn it into a necklace or something. Okay, so now let's do this. Okay. Okay. Squeeze, pinch, pinch, pinch. Bead. Flip it over like that, just in case. You guys, I'll do this one slow. You have your bead here. I like pinch, pinch, and then this one, flip it right over here, and then through. And then slowly get the tension, like, perfect. And I try to get them as snug as possible. So, oh, and you know what? I was going to mention the wax cord. It's on a really good sale because my cheat sheet here says that it says that it's $36.99, and I just looked, and I think it's like 20. Can somebody check for me? Like, I think it's $22. Okay, okay. Okay, flip. Ooh, this is great. Okay, perfect. Okay, okay, thank you, Anne. Ooh, see how fast that was? I tell you now, this board is like, ugh. Oh, I love it so much. But I'm not going to make this mistake again. No. So I've got my pre-made slide or knot thing. So I'm going to put this in. Just get that long enough through here. And flip it. And the interesting about doing it this way is it shows less of the binding knot. So if your binding knots are like, if you want them to look smaller, then or less visible, then this is the way to go. So let's get that in there. I want to do some glue experiments. Yeah, every glue. You know what? If you want to do, I've got the best way to do glue experiments. I swear it is the best. Get the glue, whatever glues you're trying to compare, and get like a sheet of glass, and just like smear equal amounts, and then let it dry. Because one thing that I found out by doing that, some of them like the GS Hypo Cement, it literally dries like a plastic sheet. And so did this other one that I used. Let me see if I can find it. That's a good question. I'm glad you guys brought that up. This one, which I do like a lot, which is the clear, like this glue. It went the way it looks and feels. I mean, even though it's a completely different chemistry, it's got that plasticky, like rubbery, like feel to it. And I think that's important for traction. I mean, years ago, I used to use super glue. I mean, very, very rarely do I use that stuff anymore. I just flat out do not like it for jewelry. Because there are a couple of reasons. Because sometimes there's a chemical in it that that negatively reacts with some of the dyes in a cord. Because I did have a situation where I don't know, I made something and it literally started smoking. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to take my pencil and get that. Let me open this up a little more. Does that's a really good question. It says that does the E7000 you know what? I will find out. I've got plenty of it around here, so I'll check it out. But yeah, I'll do that because I'm always like I like experimenting with stuff like that. Okay, so now we've got our snake knot, we've got this ring tucked in, and now we're ready for our last binding knot. Woohoo! All right. And for if you missed it, I used the pencil, so that way I could get like equal loops on both sides. Let's see. Loctite has some that dries clear. Most super glue dries clear. It's just the problem with it. I mean, aside from the fact that it can be like negatively like react with some stringy materials, it also dries like crunchy, which I don't like because it could snap. I mean, it dries almost like a cracker. But like I said, there are, ooh, thank you. There are some situations where I will use it, but not too many. Let's see. Should I do one more? Yeah, why not? I'm going to do a couple more on this side. Yeah, exactly. Brittle. Thank you, Pat. That's the word I was looking for. What did I say? Crunchy? That's kind of the same. Crunchy, brittle, but yes. Okay. Come back here. Yeah, yeah. The GS Hypo Cement does dry flexible, which I really like that. But I'll do the glue experiment. I'm actually now I'm very curious. I wish I had saved it. I mean, I got you know the piece of glass and I put the different glues on and I waited a week. I didn't like give it like 24 hours to do its thing. But if you do use the Gorilla Glue, for whatever reason, make sure that you get the clear one, because one time I got one that it just said, oh, Gorilla Glue, whatever. It wasn't the clear. And guys, it poofed out. It like foamed up like horrible. I thought my bracelet had grown like fungus. I couldn't believe what I was seeing the next day. I figured it was the glue. So as you can see here, this one, you see less of the binding knot and more of the snake knot. Oh, I'm very excited to try this out. Oof, oof, oof. Let's cut this one, this one. Oh no, bad. Don't do that. No, do not use, oh, I can't believe I did it. My beautiful pliers. No. Oh, no, you want to use your old, like, oh, I can't believe I did that. I'm disgusted. Never, ever use your beautiful cutters for leather. Bad idea. Okay, so now this is ooh, looking good. Okay, let's back up a little bit. Ooh, I think I even have time to, okay. So this, I'm going to slide this part so that the button fits in. Oh, I know, Prince. The fabric scissors. I have given up on fabric scissors. I had some really nice fabric scissors, and I don't know what people cut around here with them, but they are destroyed. Yeah. So I've given up on beautiful. Okay, so let's see, what bead should I put at the end? Let's see what we got here. So we could put something with the contrasts. You know what? I think I'm going to use these from this strand. I'll put some white ones. This is the black rutilated quartz that's on today's show. Let's see, we got it there. From Dakota Stones. Ooh, they have nice things. Very nice quality. Oh, perfect. And I'm going to do my overhand knot. And this one, you want to do like very, very tight. So I'm going to take my, oh, you know what? I use this. This thing really, really helps. Let me untangle this. This is for, I think it's for crimp cover. You know, those crimp covers. This thing really works. One of these days, I'll do like maybe a lesson. Okay, I'm going to put this here. I mean, if you use it right, let me tighten this. If you use this thing right, because one thing that drove me nuts is like, that's like, I don't know, sometimes I use crimps, but you close them and then you still see that seam. So this thing, there's a trick you can do and it gets rid of the seam. Because sometimes I do use, like once in a while, crimp covers for like things. Where's my lighter? Let me grab it. I can't wait to test and give this bracelet. Boop, boop, ouch. Boop, boop, boom. Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this one on here. And I think the Knotty-Do-It-All, especially the travel board on my own website, we are out of stock. So the only place to get it right now is on JTV. So if you're been thinking about getting one, you better get it before it's like not even available there. So and let's see, what's the price on it right now? Let me check. Ooh, $64.79. That's a bargain. And let me see, I think you get free shipping on orders of $75 or more. Wow. So I'm gonna put this one here. And I think both of the boards right now are on really good sales. Wow, $64.79. That's a really good deal. Wow. I don't even, I mean, I even want to buy one. That's crazy. And then let's see, the big board is, let's see what we got. $87.97. That's a really good price. Oh, I just lost my thing there. Hang on, let me see if I can get back in. Oh, I have 3 boards. Ooh, Gina. Good for you. Ooh, Margaret, a second travel board. Yeah, they're fantastic. And you know what? One thing about the boards, you could use them like side by side, or like sometimes. I think I was talking to Laura Lee about this once. Ooh, I'm finished. Okay, let's take this one off. That you know, you get beads, and you get so excited. Oh my gosh, let me move this. You get so excited, and you just. You want to know like how it's going to look, like either braided macrame or whatever, but that's all you want. You just want to know how it looks. And then you start the project. And so then you have a bunch of new beads and you're like, well, how is this next one's going to look? So it's really nice that you could actually do like 3 or 4 projects at the same time on the big board. So that's one thing I really love about it, because I do often I do have like different projects going on at the same time. Oh, let's try it out. I'm so excited. Will it pass the droop test? Ta-ta. I'm going to pull this. You're so good. Yeah, right. It is called, Michelle, like who said that? You are so good at timing your tutorials. It's called luck. Sometimes I run out of time. Very few times. Okay, let me shake it. Let me do the like wave at the audience, like flap my arm around. Woo, I did it. It worked, guys. The notch tip is like the bomb. I am so excited. Whoa. Oh, check it out. It's got the little like, and then a couple of things you could do. You could put like little dangles here. I mean, it's just like, wow. And I think I'm going to polish it up so it's got a little bit of extra shine, but yes, perfect. That's it. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. I think the things to take away from it is if you have a ring and you need, it slides, put a couple of notches, and make sure and go back and review the way I finished the end. So that way you get like, you could see the transition. See, you see more snake knot and less macrame binding knot. So, and remember to use the pencil like for the spacing on each side. And what's really cool about it is it's just oh, and even though it's a small binding knot, it will hold it, because these and you, oh, one other thing. For the binding knots, always use the 0.5. They work the best. I mean, the only time you want to use a 0.9 bind for the binding knot is if it's going to be very long, like a long section. Anyway, it is 11 o'clock. My time is up. I will see you guys next Thursday. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Bye.